Good morning, everyone. Today our group will present about Article 2, which is Logistics and Supply Chain in Malaysia, focus on concerning the current issues and challenges. Logistics play a good role and uninterruptible. It is an important area in the industry now, and not as supporting industries. Managing the logistics industry has been a neglected area of business activity in Malaysia. In the past, companies aren't aware of the advantage of having an effective distribution system and thus have not given sufficient priority to the development of effective distribution strategies. However, the transformation of economy from agriculture-based to a trade-driven based, as well as the development of international trade within the last decade, has stimulated awareness that transport and logistics sector plays a critical role in facilitating the country's economy. Written on New Straits Times and the Maritime Institute of Malaysia in 2004 with the title is Key Issues in the Malaysian Freight Logistics Industry. Despite the potential growth of the industry, the Malaysian industry players have identified various issues and problems resulting from the fragmented development, the logistics and supply chain practices, as well as the uncoordinated implementation of its regulation. They urged the government to resolve these issues before the country can fully realize its supply chain practices, as well as the uncoordinated implementation of its regulation. They urged the government to resolve these issues before the country can fully realize its aspiration to become a logistics hub in the region. There are 8 current issues and challenges in logistics and supply chain in Malaysia can be founded based on case studies. Let's discuss about it and try to understand each of them. One of the issue is the problem with information technology known as IT and electronic data interchange, which called EDI. The government has made significant progress toward its vision in integrating the industry players towards establishing a fully paperless custom clearance and trade facilitation through EDI. However, problems still arise with regard to costly EDI pricing and charges due to intransparent markups by the freight forwarders, and overall performance and functionality of the system. It is important to strengthen their linkages and integration among the transport and logistics networks at promoting an efficient logistics practice and development through the establishment of e-logistics. The other issues is lack of sophisticated management techniques among the supply chain companies. The rapid development of the industry and the lack of emphasis on service excellence have consequently given rise to the need for more sophisticated management of the supply chain companies. This is a challenging task for the companies to acquire sophisticated management and marketing knowledge, as well as implementing them in bringing the Malaysian logistics industry up front. The problem of logistic and supply chain is lack of dissemination of information with regards to the development and expansion of the logistics industry. The activities of various sectors haven't been made known to all sectors and thus hindered the possibilities of joint venture and working together towards the same direction. It is important because their information obtained with regard to the new industrial estates or expansions and the establishments of new investments can create awareness among the practitioners, who can then advise the MLC as to how they can participate in the new business opportunities. Written by Thong in 2007. No single established source of logistics data and information also can give a problem to the company. Presently, no single established source of logistics information and data is available. Each sector has its own limited data, and there is a lack of information of the industry players, facilities, services and capabilities of the sectors. The only data that might be available is the data on membership. A record of such useful information is important so that the coordinating body could analyze the shortcomings of each sector and set up strategies to rectify such weaknesses. The expansion plans, new IT enhancements and the expansion of activities of logistics providers, both locally and internationally, should be more transparent to the industry players so that all the current information could be updated. Written by Thong in 2007. The industry database is also crucial for accurate assessment of the industry, better monitoring, assisting company in investment decision, and improved decision-making. The other issues is lacking of follow-up actions and coordination. While there have been numerous meetings and discussions on issues raised, monitoring and follow-up actions have been lacking in rectifying the situations. Issues involving one sector have not been looked into in total as to how it will affect other sectors. Thus the information gained could not be shared by other parties in the industry. This could be mainly because of the inexistence of local branches, especially at the important corridors throughout the country. Lack of regulatory forms to facilitate the industry also being a challenge to the company. A unified and standard form of regulatory implementation is still lacking, resulting to various loopholes throughout the process. Therefore, a comprehensive approach in standardizing the regulatory forms is vital as to facilitate the smooth movement of freight through national and international logistic chains. Lack of research and development known as R&D of the industry. Although both the practitioners and the academics are increasingly aware of the importance of logistics and supply chain in Malaysia, however, the field is still under research. It is important to prioritize research and development so that the various weaknesses in the industry could be identified and improved. For example, one of the informants, which is logistics officer, indicated that the lack of key performance indicators, or called KPI, in the semiconductor industry has caused a lot of problem in the manufacturing process as well as meeting customer satisfaction. The R&D Center could also become the focal point for advanced research in the field of logistics, supply chain and transportation management. Moreover, is lacking of assistance to local service providers, well known as LSP. One of the main problems faced by the local service providers is the inability to participate in international logistics activities as a result of limited IT linkage, overseas corporate network and capital investment. Although International Freight Forwarder or IFF exists in their market, however, their existence is not helping the local service provider. This is because IFF is not transparent to the local service providers in terms of sharing their knowledge and development plans towards enhancing the industry. The limited range of logistics services would restrain the growth of small domestic market. As a result, they only confined to operate within the nation's borders. There are a few solutions can be used to handle all issues and challenges in logistic and supply chain in Malaysia. First, by increased communication and follow-up on improvement actions. In situations where follow-up and action planning efforts take place across and down into the organization, broadly communicate guidelines for selecting improvement areas to tackle. Logistic company must employ high-skilled and trained manpower to increase effective and efficiency in logistic and supply chain in Malaysia. Therefore, logistic business can expand from domestic to international business if all the issue that rise can be reduced and Malaysia logistics system can be improvised. The conclusion of the current development is changes and issues in the logistics and supply chain sector in Malaysia provides several insights to the present situation of the industry. The review of issues opens up numerous areas for research as well as identifying its priorities. The issues highlighted by the informants and the review from the scant literature reflect the fragmented nature of the industry. Consequently, it poses numerous challenges to all levels of relevant parties ranging from the top management such as the policy maker and government agencies down to small logistics-related companies. Lastly, we want to say thank you very much for your cooperation and attention for watching this video. Hope you will understand and see you next time. Thank you again.